This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, Jeff Cutter welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And this birthday boy is as bad as he had to be. Yes, that's right. It's Dennis Rodman, who basically has been an influencer for a lot of things. Dennis Rodman wasn't just a basketball player, he was a cultural icon. He was basically known for his piercings, including one in the scrotum. I know I shouldn't have said that, but I have to be honest with you. And he actually had international attention for his visits to North Korea. Really? But yeah. So anyway, Rodman was a fantastic rebounder and a defensive player. He played for Detroit, San Antonio, Chicago, LA, and Dallas in the NBA. Rodman was a small forward until he turned out to be a power forward. He would be all defensive first team 7 times and defensive player of the year twice. He would lead the NBA in rebounds per game for 7 straight years and won 5 NBA titles. The Pistons actually retired Rodman's number 10, which is shocking. I didn't think he was that good to have his number retired by the Pistons. And anyway, he was named into the Hall of Fame. He would have a bad childhood and would be shy and introverted. He almost killed himself in 1993. People forget about that, but anyway. He reinvented him as a bad boy in 93 and basically was known for his controversial antics. He would dye his hair artificial colors, many piercings and tattoos, and basically had problems with opposing players and officials. He actually wore a wedding dress to promote his autobiography, Bad as I Wanna Be, and kind of married himself. He had a high-profile affair with Madonna and was actually married to Carmen Electra. And Rodman would go to North Korea and all that. And would actually befriend Kim Jong-il, the North Korean leader. Anyway, in addition to being a basketball player, he actually was a wrestler and actor. He was part of the NWO and would actually fight in the main event of 2 Bash of the Beaches pay-per-views on WCW. Rodman was the first ever winner of the Celebrity Championship Wrestling Tournament. Basically, an TV show. The celebrities would fight and all that. I just want to see who he was up against. Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Wrestling and all that. Ran for 8 episodes in 2008. It was a many reality TV series, and I would win the main prize in Celebrity Mole. Rodman would win a few Razzie Awards for his acting, which isn't good. So anyway, the worst part about Rodman was his dad left the family when he was young and went to the Philippines. Rodman would have many brothers and sisters. Rodman did say he was the oldest of a total of 47 children. Like, honestly? So, anyway. Rodman would not meet his father until 2012. Anyway. Rodman was so attached to his mother that it was hard to get him and all that. Rodman would actually feel overwhelmed by the all-female household of his mother and his sisters. All that. His sister would actually win 2 national titles with Louisiana Attack. That's not bad. When they were actually a good team and all that. Rodman actually was a janitor after finishing high school. And he had a massive growth spurt from 5'11", which is my height, to 6'7", and wanted to try basketball again. He felt bad because he felt odd his own body. But he went to Southeastern Oklahoma State University in an NAIA school. Not even in the NCAA things. And he actually caught the scouting attention of the Detroit Pistons. Anyway, yeah. He was eligible for the 86 NBA draft, and the Pistons shocked everyone by picking him in the second round, 27th overall, joining the Bad Boys team of the Detroit Pistons. With Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Adrian Dantley, although that would later be Mark Geyer for the 1989 finals, Sidney Green, and Bill Laimbeer, and Rick Mahorn, too, with John Sally and Finney Johnson. So basically, he fit well with the ensemble of the Detroit Pistons and all that. And shockingly won a couple of titles. especially a 4-game sweep of the 89 Lakers. Like, honestly, to sweep the Lakers is one thing. Rodman would basically have back spasms, but he got 19 rebounds in Game 3 of the finals against the Lakers. Rodman would take over Rick Mahorn's role after Detroit lost Mahorn to the expansion draft and ended up being on the Sixers. So anyway, he would actually do fantastic. He won Player of the Year award, Defensive Player of the Year award in 1990 in the playoffs. Rodman actually couldn't play much in the 90 playoffs because of an injured ankle, and Mark Aguirre came off the bench to help him. But he got a second ring. Unfortunately, well, he won a second Defensive Player of the Year in 91. Unfortunately, though, the Pistons were swept by the Chicago Bulls in the conference finals. He would get 18.7 rebounds a game in 92 and somehow wasn't named Defensive Player of the Year. His 1,530 rebounds in 92 have never been surpassed since then. That's amazing. The closest was Kevin Willis with over 1,200 boards. Unfortunately, the Pistons would be eliminated by the Knicks in the 92 playoffs. Chuck Daly resigned in May of 92. Rodman would skip preseason camp, and unfortunately his 93 season would be tumultuous. The mother of his first child, Alexis, was divorcing with Rodman, and he was traumatized. The Pistons missed the playoffs. Basically, in his autobiography, he actually revealed how bad he fallen. He actually drove to Detroit's arena in 1993, late one night, carrying a loaded rifle truck, debating whether he wanted to live. But he fell asleep in the truck, and he had an epiphany. I decided that instead of killing myself, I was going to kill the imposter that was leading Dennis Rodman to a place he didn't want to go. So I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it and be happy doing it. And I turned my life around. Rodman thought that Detroit was bad for him, even though he had 3 years of a contract left. So he decided to ask for a trade. And he went to San Antonio. He went to a Spurs team that was built around David Robinson and a lot of supporting cast members. He actually won his 3rd straight rebounding title, which was pretty good and all that. He refused to be the shy imposter. He would shave his hair and dye it blonde and all that, including red, purple, and blue hair. Unfortunately, he had headbutted a few players, including John Stockton, and had an affair with Madonna. Rodman and the Spurs would go out in the first round to the Utah Jazz. Rodman would have to clash with the Spurs front office in the 95 season. He was suspended for a while. He took a leave of absence. Basically, he finally returned after losing 19 games. He went in a motorcycle accident with a shoulder separation. And he shocked everyone by getting more than 800 rebounds and actually winning the rebounding title, which was weird. The Spurs were the league's best team, but they got taken out heavily by the Houston Rockets. San Antonio was supposed to knock off Houston, who were the 94 NBA champions, but basically Houston as a 6 seed pawned a lot of people, and basically, that wasn't good. But Olajuwon stepped to the plate when it counted and got the Rockets to the NBA Finals and a title. But Rodman was critical of Spurs coach Bob Hill and his playing calling. All that. So the Spurs were not really happy about him. However, they decided to trade him to Chicago for Will Perdue. The Bulls needed a power forward once Horace Grant left Chicago to go to Orlando. Rodman could not wear number 10 for Chicago because it is retired for Bob Butterbean Love, who was basically a Chicago icon in the 1970s. And NBA refused to have him with 01, so he decided to wear 91 because the digits added up to 10. It's a massive gamble. But he won yet another rebounding title. He didn't score a lot of points, but basically was part of the Bulls team that was the greatest championship team of all time, winning 72 games in the regular season. Although it should have been 73 if it wasn't for the Toronto Raptors in March. Just saying. But anyway, Rodman said, it was huge. Getting to all that. Unfortunately, he would actually headbutt a referee during a game against the Nets and gets a 6-game suspension. All that. However, he would put up 11 offensive rebounds in Game 2 at home against the Sonics in the NBA Finals and all that. This was amazing. Rodman won another rebounding title. But unfortunately, the 96-97 season would be more memorable for his incident against the Timberwolves. He tripped over a cameraman. Rodman was angry and thought that the cameraman hit him, so he basically kicked anals where the sun don't shine. He paid a settlement to the cameraman, but he was given 11 game suspension. Rodman was not really effective in the 97 playoffs. But thankfully, though, the Bulls did win the finals against the Jazz, mostly thanks to Michael Jordan, but also Steve Kerr, too. Let's not forget, he got the winning shot of the 97 NBA Finals, not Jordan. So anyway, Rodman was impressed with himself. He got another rebounding title, and he did fantastic and all that. However, he got in trouble for leaving his team before Game 4 of the NBA Finals to do his wrestling thing and all that. However, Rodman's on-court performance was good and all that. So Rodman did fantastic and all that. Rodman was kind of bisexual. He claimed to be, and he was marrying himself. In the twilight years, Chicago would have to go through a massive rebuilding phase after MJ left. So a lot of Bulls left through free agency and retirement. MJ, Pippen, Kerr, and Buechler. Rodman was released before the 99 season. He would actually join the Lakers for a prorated salary, play 23 games for them, but was released in the offseason. He then was signed by Dallas, returning Rodman to his hometown. But he was waived by the Mavericks after he was more of a distraction and all that. So he would take a break and would do a field career in wrestling and all that. He would play overseas in some leagues, but basically it was all too little too late. But his rebounding numbers were huge. I mean, guy won 7 straight rebounding titles. In his career, he got 13 rebounds per game on only 7.3 points a game in the regular season. In the playoffs, well, he got 5 rings, 9.9 rebounds a game, and 6.4 points a game. He has his legacy with his defensive stuff and basically, his problems and his unorthodox lifestyle with his hair color, tattoos, and piercings. It was amazing. But he would be in WCW, which is amazing. He actually took wrestling seriously and all that. And was a part of Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Championship Wrestling, which basically featured some wrestlers. As Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Jimmy Hart would judge who would be the best contestant around. Todd Bridges, Trishelle Cantella, Dustin Diamond, R.I.P., Danny Bonaducci, Eric Butterbeat Esch, Aaron Murphy, who was Tabitha on Bewitched, Dennis Rodman, Frank Stallone, who was Sylvester's older brother, Tiffany Darwish, and Nikki Searing were the guys involved in that thing and all that. So, yeah. Rodman's made a lot of media appearances and all that. He won 3 Golden Raspberries for being part of double team with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Mickey Rourke. He won Worst New Star, Worst Supporting Actor, and Worst Screen Couple with Van Damme. Wow. So anyway, yeah, he was part of Celebrity Apprentice with Trump and all that. He was actually the fifth one eliminated. And he tried again in 2013 and finished. It was the sixth eliminated. But yeah, Rodman would visit to North Korea and all that. Yep. Well, Rodman married his first wife in 92. Well, they were dating in 87 and they had a child out of wedlock. So yeah. And then he would marry Carmen Electra. But Rodman wanted an annulment 9 days later. But they reconciled, but Electra would file for divorce in 1999. Rodman would meet Michelle Moyer, which we got a son, Dennis Jr., or DJ, who is 20. I don't know where he plays now. DJ Rodman. Oh, he plays for Washington State. Oh, he's still in college. He plays for Wazoo. Nice. And he also has a daughter, Trinity, with Moyer and all that. But Michelle filed for divorce. All that. And the marriage was dissolved in 2012. So his son plays for Washington State basketball, and his daughter Trinity plays for Washington in professional women's soccer. Rodman's father died of prostate cancer in July 2020, but Rodman reconciled with his father in 2012, which was amazing. Rodman would have a lot of issues and all that, but he got past it and all that. He was an alcoholic. He had a lot of legal troubles because of his behaviors and all that. His North Korea visits were not well liked because, North Korea, what can you do? But Dennis Rodman still is an icon. And he did pretty well for himself in basketball and in life. Can't blame the guy for trying. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.